All right, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for coming out. We appreciate it. Before we get started, I want to announce a couple of things here. The next UFC Fan Expo will take place Friday, July 6th and Saturday, July 7th here at the Mandalay Bay Convention Center, and tickets officially go on sale now. So anybody who's interested, pick up some tickets. The other thing that I wanted to point out is for this fight, Harley Davidson, and for the main event, I'm talking about the main event, Condit versus Diaz, Harley Davidson is giving the winner of this fight a brand new Harley Davidson motorcycle. So thank you, Harley Davidson. That's it. I'm done. Who's got the first question?
Well, I got a huge task in Nick Diaz, and to focus on anything other than that would be a mistake. So, I've just been trying to concentrate on the matter at hand, which is beating Nick.
And a quick one for Nick as well. Nick, obviously you've said coming into this fight that you think Carlos is actually a bigger test than George St. Pierre. Can you point specifically as to why you think he's a better fighter, what it is about him that makes it a tougher fight?
I think he's more of a dangerous fighter. May not. Like you're more in danger of losing a decision to George St. Pierre. I think you're more in danger of losing your teeth if you're fighting Condit here. So.
Good answer. And one final question for Dana, please. Dana, when you put this fight together, put it as an interim belt because you said you thought the belt would probably be defended. George has been around here saying, hey, he's healing faster than he thought. What's your take on that in talking to him? Do you feel like this belt will be defended, or do you think, maybe the winner goes straight to St. Pierre?
Yeah, it's one of the things you never know. I've been in situations so many times now where a guy gets injured, and it takes him a long time to recover. George St. Pierre is definitely on the fast track to recovery. He's a hard worker. He's a freak of nature, so we'll see what happens. If we're in a situation where he's not ready and one of these guys are ready to defend the belt, we'll do it. If not, then we'll go right into the George St. Pierre fight. Just take it day by day and see how it goes.
Question for Nick. Nick, do you feel like that the media has taken focus off of you and Carlos and put a lot of focus still continuously on you and George St. Pierre for this fight? And do you feel like that's maybe disrespectful to Carlos Condit?
Yeah, no, I think it makes me sick. This is Carlos's time, to be here and to be a part of this main event, and this is half of this show is built up around me fighting George St. Pierre, but that's not, I'm fighting Carlos Condit, so I just I don't like it.
Carlos, how do you feel about that?
Well, it's I feel like they're planning that fight, before this one has even happened, and that's fine because I have the opportunity to get in there and spoil those plans.
Dana, to your left, right over here. Just to clarify on a question that John asked, George has been saying November. That's when he could possibly fight. Is that too long for you? If these guys say, I'll wait until November, is that all right?
No, it depends on what happens. I mean, it depends on which guy wins, how he comes out of the fight, how he feels after the fight. Does he want to fight again right away? Does he want to, there's so many different factors. Who knows? But this fight's happening on Saturday. When this fight's done, we'll go from there.
And to the fighters, I don't want to take your focus away from the fight in front of you, but just can you give your thoughts on potentially waiting until November if that is a time frame that George comes back? Is that something you'd be comfortable with? It's kind of a long layoff to go through.
It's something that I would have to discuss with my trainers and my management. We haven't looked that far ahead. Like I said, my focus is on this fight on Saturday.
Great. Dana, it's Karen. Question for you. What were the contributing factors in bringing Fabricio back to the UFC? We know he was here before, and I know you're planning to dissolve the heavyweights and Strikeforce, but he obviously went on a campaign, but what was it that really decided it for you?
Joe Silva.
Oh, yeah? and why was Joe convinced?
Joe, he's obviously had a good run, and Joe brought him back when we purchased Strikeforce.
Thanks.
You guys are both right there at the top of the welterweight class. Do you feel like with the whole kind of trio going on around Nick and Carlos and George that you guys are being overlooked in the division? And that would be for Josh, and then if Mike could also chime in.
I don't think I'm overlooked. proven it before. Just got to win fights and work my way back up there. So as of right now, I'm fighting Mike Pierce Saturday, and that's all I'm focused on. You know, I don't really pay too much attention to the media and what you guys are doing around, you know, the internet and all that. So I'm pretty focused right now. So I'm just worried about winning Saturday night.
And just to kind of second what Josh said, you know, I'm not really focused on what's going on with those three. I got Josh Koscheck Saturday, and that's really the only thing that's on my mind, and I'm just looking forward to getting there on Saturday.